Hi students, Maliki here for part 5 of our concrete building. So I've done a little bit of tinkering around from number 4, video number 4. I've removed those columns on either side there. I didn't need them. So because this is all cast in situ concrete going on here. So it serves the purpose of the column in terms of supporting everything else that goes up above it and around it as well. I put a little bit of small little bit of color, grays, into my materials as well. So you can see that is that's a block wall with a plaster finish to it, and that is the poured concrete wall there. Just to give a little bit of distinction, these walls in here are steel stud partitions as well. Okay. What else have I done here? Yeah, I've added a couple of columns in here. If you remember in part 4, I said that what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring curtain walling all the way around here and bring that up 3 floors or so. And I'll come back to that at a later stage. Now, I'm pretty happy with everything that I've done so far. So what I've done is I've cut out the voids here for the lift shafts, for the service zones there, and for the stairs on the 3 cores here as well. All right. Um, I've also let me just go into the ground floor plan here, and I'll go into the section. And I've actually gone and thickened up this once again. So I went into the profile family and I did a save as, and I just increased. There are nice little parameters within the profile family which allow us to drop this down lower and push it out a little bit further there. And then I changed the pads here as well. I'm now going to use a 1500 by 100 pad underneath the columns. And so that kind of lines up quite nicely in terms of an even spread. And what I'm thinking about is the digger that's coming in to dig out these the foundations and the pads and things like that. Um, so that's all working out quite well there, I think. You can see I've got my insulation underneath the basement slab, and I've brought down my columns to meet the slab here. Because if you remember that little grey zone there, that little grey zone is actually, excuse me, is the 200 mil that we have for the raised floor access. Okay, and that little grey zone as well there is the upstand. Excuse me a second. Is the upstand that I created to close in the raised floor access as well. So I'm pretty good to go there now in terms of um, bringing this up to the next level. So that's what I'm going to do with you here now. And so you'll remember in the section here, if I go across to the levels, that so our basement from here to the ground finish floor level is one particular dimension. Now the ground finish floor level to the level 1 finish floor level is one dimension, and you can see that this is slightly smaller here. So when I bring my columns up, and they might be protruding too high, so we need to arrange that. But once I get it into here, I'm pretty good to go nearly the whole way up. I did notice that in the PDF design, and I'll just bring this across here so you can take a look. Is that there's a little rearrangement of the toilets in that area there. So there seems to be an addition of a kind of a wheelchair access toilet here, which means that there's slightly rearrangements here. So I'm going to bring everything from the ground floor up anyway, and I'll do the rearrangement on the first floor, and that means I can bring those up to the second and third floor without too much of a problem there. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're back into the 3D. Now, this is the way I'm going to do this. So um, I'm going to select both my upstand, and I'm going to so I need to there, and I'm going to select onto that my floor. If I can grab that, I want the wall. Let's get in here a bit tighter. See if I can. Yeah. Okay. So there's my floor and my upstand, and I'm going to put that onto the copy clipboard over here. So I'm in the modify panel and put that into the copy clipboard. Okay. Now I'm going to go from the copy clipboard back into here into the paste, and I'm going to say paste to selected level, and I'm going to paste this up to level 01 and go OK. Right. Now, the nice thing about that is that it's bringing the voids up with it as well. Um, if I go into the section here, you'll see that we've got the insulation. I don't need the insulation in this case here. So I'm going to select that. And what I would do is I would do an edit type. Okay. And I would duplicate here, and I'd create a new floor. I've already done this. Here it is, first floor over ground. Okay. So it's AT_FTO3. And if I go into the structure of it, you can see that I've taken out the insulation. I'm just leaving the concrete cast in situ there. Okay. So that's the first thing that I've done. And you can see as well that I'm bringing this down 200 again, minus 200 for the computer access floor as well. So if I go back to my 3D, now that floor is pretty much set. Okay, you can see I've got my kickers for my columns here. I've got my kickers for the next pour of the cast in situ walls here as well, because I'm bringing those up as a core element, both in the main reception area core and the two lifts as well. Right, so I've done that. Now my next job is to bring these walls up. Okay. And I'm kind of thinking of two ways to do this. I know that these walls are too tall, so when they come up from level 1 to level 2, so I'm wondering, yeah, I might just bring them up to begin with. So I'm going to go into the section here. In fact, what I should do is go into the south elevation, and watch what I'm going to do here now. I'm going to do a crossing box all the way across here. So I'm making sure I'm bringing it down kind of low enough so that I'm grabbing all the toilets and the wash and basins and everything. Now I'll go into the filter here, and obviously what I don't want to copy are grids. I do want to copy windows, walls. I don't need to copy the views, the structural columns, the plumbing fixtures, generic models, furniture. So everything else there is good. So I'll go OK. Now I'm going to put that onto the copy clipboard. Okay, and we'll go back into our 3D, and I can click out now, and we are going to now paste these to selected levels to level 1. Okay, and in a minute or two to come in, and we'll just unjoin certain elements and things like that. Now, so there is my walls. My reception and my two stair core walls have come up there. Now, what I need to check here, okay, you can see that there's that is the 4th to 5th floor. I want to go from the 1st to 3rd. So we've got an atrium here, we've got a lift lobby. So there's a few little changes that need to happen in here. So I'm going to do those. But I'm going to put in the next floor, right? So the columns have come up just to show you that there's a slight little difference here. So I'll pick the kicker and the floor. Okay, and that'll go back onto the copy clipboard, and I'm going to paste these now into level 2. Okay, now that shows you what's going on here. So The columns are a little bit high, right? And the walls are a little bit high here. I just want them coming up 200 above the floor level there. So that's something that I'm going to adjust. And then when I've made the adjustments to the level 1, okay, so I need to make those adjustments in around here. I will be, and then drop down those levels just to show you what I mean by that. I'll go back to the 3D here. So if I take that particular wall and come over here, you can see the top offset is 650 here. So I need to change that to 0 and watch what will happen now. Okay, so now it's 200 above. Remember, we're doing this in kind of pour stages, so that will be the right thing to do here. That wall is gone. I know that. Okay, and that wall is gone. I know that. So I need to go around and pick the rest of the walls. Also with the columns here, and again, you can see they have a top offset of 650, so we're going to make that 0. Okay, and now those are correct. So that's a little bit of work that I need to do is to take down all of these so that they're correct in terms of the next pour. All right, and then I need to go into my level 1 and I need to do the adjustments here. Now, so once I've got that done, I'm pretty good to be able to do that same system again of copy and paste up to level 2, up to level 3. Now at level 4 and on, it changes again. So we'll address that at a later stage. That'll be part 6 or part 7, something like that. But that's not bad. Now, it's still not finished by any means at all, in the sense that I still have to do my stairs in here, and that. But when I do the stairs, I'll probably have to adjust that landing there. Okay. I need to do a little adjustment there by the looks of things. I need to just tie those columns in. So you need to go through this carefully. I think that removes, so again, that's part of the adjustments that I have to do for that kind of core area there. But in overall, that is, that's not working out too bad at all. And I'll just do a little zoom around. You can see what's happening here. So that we're getting that cast in situ concrete pour coming all the way up here. And according to the elevation drawings, I'll just show you those. Okay, this is the back elevation. So that's exactly what I'm building here, is this cast in situ concrete. And it's got a selected metal cladding system on the outside there. So very easy to attach the rails to that and attach the cladding to that. So that's pretty simple to be able to do that one. So I'll shift this one across here. Right, so what I'll do is for part 6, I'll have all of that adjusted and done. And I'll be ready to go then with part 6, which will be copying and pasting that set of building elements onto the next floor. Okay.